So I was asked the other day about line diagrams and why would we use them. So I thought I'd do a quick video on line diagrams because if you do know how to do a line diagram, it will save you lots of time. So I have an example here looking at butanoic acid. And if we take a look at the 4 ways we can draw it, the first way doesn't really tell you much other than what exactly is present. So it's an empirical formula or a molecular formula. So it's telling you have 4 carbons, 8 hydrogens, and 2 oxygens, but it's not saying how it's arranged. The next one is a condensed structural. We're starting to now see how it's arranged, and as long as you're comfortable reading that, we would know that these two are essentially showing the same thing, right? This carbon has 3 hydrogens attached, and then you can keep going. Now this last one is harder to see, but again, these are all showing the same thing. And this last one looks a little bit confusing, but it actually, once you understand it, is a lot easier to draw. To understand. So let's look at our 2 main rules of line diagrams. And the first one is you do not show hydrogens or carbons. They are implied. The second one is essentially you show everything else. So if you have an atom that's not hydrogen or carbon, you're going to show it. If you have a double or a triple bond, you're going to show it. So looking at our first example of ethane, doing a structural formula, we know ethane is just 2 carbons attached to each other. And then we know that each carbon wants to be saturated, so we will fill them with hydrogens. So that's our quick structural formula of ethane. As a line diagram, ethane just looks like this. Now, it's because the carbons and hydrogens are implied. So when we're looking at a line diagram, every point is going to be a carbon. And then, just like a structural formula, every carbon wants to have or be bonded to as many hydrogens as possible. Because it's already bonded to each other, each carbon gets 3 hydrogens. So we can go from this to this very quickly, but again, the actual line diagram for ethane is just 1 line. Now moving on to one that's a little bit harder, we have 3,5-diethyl hept-3-ene. So let's take a look at this one. If it's heptane, or the root is hept, N-E-N-E, we know you have 7 carbons in your longest chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And between carbon 3 and 4, you have a double bond. So if I start my numbering on carbons from left to right, this would be carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So between 3 and 4, I'll place my double bond. And then on carbon 3, I also have an ethyl group, and on carbon 5, I have an ethyl group. So let's show that, CH2, CH3, and over here, CH2, CH3. And if I was doing a structural diagram, I could also expand those out, but I'm just not because of the room I have. Now, filling in my hydrogens, same rule as before. Every carbon wants to have 4 bonds. So we go ahead and fill that in. Carbon 3 already has 4, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Carbon 4 just needs 1 hydrogen. Carbon 5 needs 1 hydrogen. Carbon 6 needs 2 hydrogens, and carbon 7 needs 3. So this looks very messy with what's going on, plus my numbering of the carbons don't help, but we do get a very good visual of what this looks like. Now, as a line diagram, again, because carbons are implied, we're still going to do 7, but it's like we're doing zigzags. So I'm going to go up, so that's carbon 1 and 2, go down, that's carbon 3 at the end here, carbon 4, carbon 5, carbon 6, carbon 7. Now, between carbon 3 and 4, I still have that double bond. So carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, and 4, I'm placing that double bond. And then on carbon 1, this was supposed to be 3. It's just, I changed it. Then on carbon 3 and 5, we have those ethyl groups. So carbon 3 showing ethyl, and on carbon 5, showing ethyl. And it doesn't matter if you go above or below, we're showing the same thing. So this is a lot quicker, showing that same idea, but if we don't understand line diagrams, it's hard to get there. So just that last part, why you'd want to use it. They're quick and easy if we understand. I hope you'll check out my website. The link will be in the description for all those topics you might be taking in chemistry, including all about organic. There's worksheets, there are practice tests, there are lessons, so please check it out. Thanks for watching.